guys, let's sing this song, yeah? Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. We're so glad you're here. Louder, louder. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. We're so glad you're here.
A little softer.
Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. We're so glad you're here. Whisper version. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. We're so glad you're here. Yeah, good singing, everybody. All right, guys, so we have another week of school ready to go for you, okay? So we have a whole nother week of activities and all kinds of other fun things, okay? So the week that we're going to be going over this week is in the month of April. So we start a whole new month, okay? So April. So it's our fourth month of the year, okay? So April. And the week we're going to go over is from Monday to Friday, and it will be the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, okay? So we'll start off with our 6th, and then each day we'll kind of have another day, okay? So 6 through 10. And the theme that we're going to be learning about this week is things that grow, okay? So what we're going to talk about a lot is a lot of different plants and the benefits they have, how they grow, the different stuff that they do, okay? So when we think of plants, okay, usually we have our flower, we have a stem and some leaves, we have the roots that grow under the ground, okay? And it all starts in a seed, okay? So we have our seed, and it gets to travel lots of different ways, okay? So a plant can go from place to place with the seed by maybe an animal carries it and it gets buried, maybe it pops off of something else, maybe it flies away, or maybe it's stuck to something like the bottom of your shoe. This picture has a dog that it can get stuck to its fur. Okay, so lots of different ways a plant can travel from place to place to be able to grow somewhere else. Okay, now plants, what do they need to be able to grow? Okay, plants, in order to grow, they need water and they need food. Food comes from the dirt and the ground that they're kind of growing in, okay? They need air. Sorry, guys. They need air, okay? So they need air that's like, we breathe out carbon dioxide, they breathe out oxygen, okay? So they're breathing in the carbon dioxide, breathing out the oxygen so that we can breathe and do the opposite for them, okay? The other thing that plants need is sunlight. So a sun helps them to be able to take this different water and the food that they've had and turn it into the food they need to grow, okay? So we like to eat a lot of things that grow too. So we have different fruits or vegetables that we'll be able to eat, okay? So we have the fruit, flowers, different stuff that we are eating that comes from the different plants that we have, okay? And the different steps that a plant goes through to grow is it starts off as a seed, and this is called germinating, okay? So a root starts to grow out of the seed, okay, under the ground. Our next step is sprouting. So now you start to see that the part of the coat of the shell or the seed starts to fall off, okay? So the plant is starting to grow out of the ground. Now we have the growing stage, okay? So now we start to see a stem and we see leaves coming off, and we also have roots that are going deeper and deeper into the ground. Okay, our next step is flowering. So now you start to see that a bud forms, okay? So you see the flower part, okay? And it opens up and it's super pretty at this point, okay? The last stage in a plant growth is that the seeds develop, okay? So it starts to die a little bit, the petals wither, and the seeds drop to the ground. And now that's where it'll start to do our different stuff where we see that they can travel from place to place, guys.
So other things we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about recycling and keeping our earth healthy to be able to let plants grow. We're going to talk about lots of different things that plants do for us, but we're going to go over all that stuff kind of as we do activities this week, okay? The other things we have this week is we have a whole new set of letters, numbers, colors, and shapes that we're going to talk about. So the first thing Mr. Allen wants to talk about is our numbers of the week. Now we have 5 numbers of the week this week. We have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so super easy to count to, right? We have all those on one hand, so we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or we can count on here on our number line, and we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if we count down and we blast off, make sure you don't fall out of your seat when you do this, when you stand up, but 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and blast off. Okay, make sure you're sitting down for this next part because we have our letters of the week. Okay, our first letter of the week is the letter F. Now what sound does the letter F make? Yep, F says F for fan. What are some other words that you can think of that start with the letter F, guys? Flower, that's a good one. Flower would be a good one. We had our fan. We have frog. Okay, so all those words start with the letter F. Okay, our next letter of the week is the letter, T. Now what does T say? T says t, t, t. So T for talk. T, t, t. So what are some words that start with the letter T? Maybe you thought of turtle or tortoise or trampoline. That's a fun one, right? But all those are different words that start with the letter T. Okay, our last letter, because we have 3 letters of the week this week, is the letter X. Now X is a tricky one. What does X say? You're right, X says x, x. X for X-ray. X, x, x. Now, there's not a lot of words that start with the letter X, guys, because it's kind of a weird letter, okay? But if you could think of any, what are some different words that start with the letter X? The only one Mr. Mack can think of that makes that sound is X-ray, okay? But maybe another one, it actually does, but it makes a weird sound, is xylophone. I know that makes the letter sound of a Z, but it's xylophone, okay? That starts with the letter X, okay? This is the different ways we write our letters of the week, okay? So if we're looking at our capital F, okay, we come over, down, and then we pick up our pencil and we go back across for the top for that one. For our lowercase, it's kind of more of a hook, so we come all the way around and down, lift up our pencil again, and come across. Okay, so that's our letter F's. Okay, for our uppercase T, these ones are fun and super easy. You go down, lift up, and go back across the top and put a hat on it. Okay, for our lowercase T, you go down, pick up your pencil again, and go across to give it looks like arms. Okay, so that's our letter T on how we write it. Our letter X is just and down. Okay, and then you do the exact same thing for your lowercase, just a little smaller. You go across, and you have your letter X. All right, our color this week is a secondary color. That means that we take 2 primary colors to make it. Now, what 2 primary colors am I going to use to make our new color of the week? Yep, red and blue. If we mix red and blue, we get our color of the week that is, purple. So purple is our color of the week. Now if we remember our Spanish, it's morado. Okay, so purple in Spanish is morado. But purple is our color of the week. And at some point this week, I think it would be a good idea for you guys to try to go around your house and maybe find lots of color purple around your house. Okay, our final thing is our shape of the week. Now our shape of the week is a triangle. Now a triangle has how many sides, you guys? 3, that's what you came up with. Good job. It has 3 sides, but it also has 3 corners. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, and 3 corners. 1, 2, 3. And now remember, with a triangle, it doesn't matter how we do. It's still a triangle no matter what way it is facing. You still have a triangle or my awesome piece of pizza. Okay, so thanks for coming to Circle Time, you guys. I hope that you guys can have an awesome week doing all the fun activities that we have ready for you, okay?